Hi, Danielle Silver here. I'm with David GreenWay, who's our town crier here in Glastonbury, and he has been for about 4 years, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been for about 4 years now, and he's a really interesting guy. I've been wanting to interview him for a while, and when we tried to interview him before, his britches broke. That was quite funny. and getting us to both together at the same time has been a bit of an ordeal, but we've actually done it. Today I'm over half an hour late. And we got here, and anyway, we're here now. We've got hold of him. We've cornered him. We've cornered him here, so that we can actually talk to him. Welcome. Thank you for talking to me today, David. You're a really lovely guy and a really humble guy, because I've known him for several years now, and he's our town crier, and he does so much good work that people don't actually know what he does. And first of all, this is one of your many professions. You are a physics teacher as well, aren't you?
Well, retired physics teacher.
Retired physics teacher. I caught him the other day. I seen that he was actually conducting the over the road there, the band. He was doing that. He plays lots of instruments. He's quite well travelled as well, aren't you?
Oh yes.
Very well travelled young man. And
well, keep saying that.
And he's done lots of different things. First of all, David, I want to know, how did you get into being the town crier?
Funnily enough, I was teaching St Dunstan School locally, and I was doing a little spell there, science teaching as it happened, and it was the last day of term. At the back of the school assembly, I was stood there with all the other teachers, and they'd given an award to a student, a sports award, in memory of Graham Coles, the previous town crier, who passed away a few months earlier.
He was a lovely man as well, wasn't he?
And yeah, he's a super guy. I knew him for a while, and taught his youngsters. And I was very, very sad to hear his passing. And I went home and said to my wife, June, you know, I wonder whether possibly there's a vacancy, because there's something I fancy doing. So I got on the phone. And got on the email, and here we are.
and did you ever done public speaking before?
Well, yes, I suppose so. I've been speaking to groups of children for 44 years, I think it is now.
Okay.
And take school assemblies and so on. So I'm used to talking to big gatherings. I used to compare the concerts with the Glastonbury Town Band when we had the Glastonbury Town Band here. And so I'm used to talking. In fact, my biggest audience, I think, was 150,000 on the Pops Festival stage at Bilton. They used to play there on the Sunday morning.
Okay, wonderful. That's really good.
So I used to compare that concert.
And what really, you're so over the spectrum. I mean, one minute you're sort of with some real officials, and you're doing like things in the town hall itself, and the next thing I see you on the tour, and you're holding a ceremony up there. You're there with them, and you're amazing. Actually, you're really.
Well, it's just all the places I have to be sometimes. There's a lot of duties for a town crier. The civic duties, obviously, the big pilgrimages here, and the sort of crowning of the new mayor and so on.
And the Holy Thorns coming up.
The Holy Thorns coming up. Those sort of events.
When's that happening?
But the charity stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yes, the Holy Thorn is on Thursday at 10:30. Thursday the 14th of December.
And where are they cutting that?
Just outside in the churchyard there.
Okay, in St John's churchyard.
Yes, the oldest child from St John's School steps up the ladder and cuts a little branch off, and it goes to the Queen.
Yeah, and today is the zombie walk.
Zombie walk. So I've got my cry all written on my scroll, ready to go.
We're going to see you do a cry.
I have to warn the public of the imminent zombie invasion.
Oh wow, well, that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're so we're going to go outside and do that in the next part of the filming. But on a serious note, this is a long history, isn't it, for town criers? I mean, this has been going on for centuries, and they're
I mean,
big part of the community, aren't they?
Well, the town criers are actually mentioned in the Bible.
Are they?
In Greek times and Roman times, they had criers. And of course 1066, William the Conqueror sent a whole team of town criers all over the country to tell everybody, what the rules were going to be and how much tax they had to pay and all that sort of thing. So it's been going for very many years.
And they're sort of at the beginning of her life, aren't they? And at the end of their life, they used to sort of announce somebody was born. And they used to announce somebody passing, didn't they?
All kinds of announcements, that's right, yes. All the civic announcements. And I even heard once of a town crier who had to announce somebody's divorce.
Oh wow.
Even that. So anything that has to
there you are.
anything has to be shouted about.
Yeah.
Town crier is the man. You see.
Oh, wonderful. So, so you've been doing this job for 4 years, and it's amazing. But you also, the proceeds you get from your work, you give to food banks and things, don't you?
Well, that's right. Yes, I've been giving this to some of the local food banks. You know,
that's
food
really
bank,
that's
so
really commendable.
for some of the you know, when I get a little bit of payment, just like to give it back to the community, really.
Yeah. And how long will you be the town crier for? How long does it go on for?
Well, it's unlike the mayor and one or two other people. It's a job for life.
Oh, wow.
As long as I've got breath to shout. So I hope I'm town crier here when I'm 90.
That's brilliant.
Plus,
yeah,
maybe.
Brilliant.
Maybe I'll be the first 100-year-old town
yeah,
crier.
that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? That would be.
That's
lovely.
what I'm going for.
That'd be lovely. Also, you do the town crying, and you've travelled quite a lot of different countries. Could you tell me some of the countries you've been to, David?
Oh, well, most of Europe, and then there's Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Russia, Finland, Baltic states. I've been to the United States, Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean. I love holidays in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Been very keen on tequila.
Yeah, tequila.
So, yeah. And I nearly got a teaching, talking of teaching in foreign places, I nearly got a teaching job in the Falkland Islands a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
But it kind of fell through. But
yeah.
that would have been a good opportunity.
We would have lost our crier though, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I could have had fun. You can't do that. Shouting at 2 million penguins.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I've done a lot of travelling. And,
yeah.
June and I like to travel.
And you've got lots of strings to your bow, don't you? So you like doing the conducting. You do a lot of instruments as well. You actually play instruments, don't you?
Yeah, brass instruments.
Which ones do you play?
Well, euphonium, baritone, and tuba.
Tuba.
Yeah. And I also, when I get the time, which hasn't been recently, I like doing stained glass work.
Oh, that's nice. Is that good to unwind?
It is, yes. I have a few commissions. And recently, I'm doing a blog now.
Yeah.
www.towncriertales.com. And also I've just been asked to do a little broadcasting slot every week on,
on the radio.
On the radio.
That's right. What's that about? Can you talk about that?
Well, I just got a quarter of an hour for myself.
Yeah.
Play whatever music I want to play and have a few jokes and tell everybody about what's going on in Glastonbury, that sort of thing. Yeah. And they're persuading me to have a show for an hour, but I don't want to fit it all in, really.
Yeah. Well, that's great though, isn't it? And
but I hope to do
that
something.
Glastonbury FM?
Glastonbury FM, yeah.
That's
the drive-through, Wednesday evening.
So there you go. So you can
5 till 7.
So you can hear David then. Yeah. And so you also give out announcements of what's going on, do you as well, in the community on that show?
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. So the town crier, you're a man, obviously, but you did something in Yeovil, didn't you? You did a competition.
That's right. Yes, yeah. I've done a couple of competitions now,
and
been quite successful.
Because all the other town criers come together, don't they?
Oh yes, yeah. There's about sort of 20 of us or so. I've done one in Ilminster and one in Yeovil.
Yeah.
And
how did you get on with that?
I came third, first time I'd ever done one. Third out of 23 criers.
That's brilliant.
I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah.
Beginner's luck, I guess.
Yeah.
And I got a best dressed town crier.
Yeah.
In Ilminster.
Oh, fantastic.
I think there are lots of town criers with really fancy robes and stuff, but I think they kind of like the simplicity of this outfit.
Yeah, because I noticed actually a lot of town criers wear red, don't they? Red and gold.
Yeah, red,
Why
blue.
is yours green? Is there a reason for that?
Well, the previous town crier, Graham, was green, and the town crier before him.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess it's a kind of tradition now that we have green.
Yeah, well, Glastonbury's quite a green community.
Green and pleasant land.
Yes.
That quotation from Jerusalem.
Yes.
And of course that's the Glastonbury hymn, so there's that link. With green, Torah, Glastonbury.
So, also, town criers don't have to be men, do they? You can get female town criers.
Yeah.
I've seen any.
Yeah, there are quite a few in the country.
Where are they? Do you know?
Well, funny enough, I was doing a cry right outside here, and a lady came up and gave me a big kiss, and she said, "I bet you've never been kissed by a town crier before." And it was the town crier of Wareham.
Oh right, okay.
In Dorset, so there's quite a few around. Yeah. You know, one or two.
Okay. All right. So being head of physics, that's how long? What school did you work in then?
I started off and I was head of physics at Isham Park School in Southampton, and then I worked at North Bromsgrove High School, and then I was lucky enough to get the head of science post at Whitstone School in Shepton Mallet.
Lovely.
Worked there for 22 years.
Oh gosh.
Like a life sentence.
Yeah, yeah.
And no, I've done a lot of things in between time.
Yeah. So is there anything you haven't done that you would like to do, David, in your life?
Oh my word.
What's your biggest
I'd
dream?
love to play in the Royal Albert Hall.
What haven't I?
I don't know if I'll get that opportunity.
Yeah.
Or conduct in the Royal. That would be terrific.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
Seeing all the wonderful processions in Glastonbury. I've
Yeah.
got a taste for fancy outfits and processions.
Yeah.
And I would just love to go to Rio to see the carnival there.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you'd really fit in well there, because I think you bring a big lot of colour to Glastonbury, and I think it would be, you know, I think you're an amazing person. You do so much good work, and sometimes we take him for granted. He's just there, aren't you? And you're doing your thing on a Saturday or whenever you came along. But he's a real amazing person, and I'm really pleased you've let me talk to you today.
Pleasure. Here to serve, Mark.
Well, thank you for speaking to me.
Great
Is there anything you'd like to say, or have we left out? Or no?
Oh, I don't know. I think we've covered a heck of a lot, haven't we, really?
All right, okay.
And
well,
we don't want to bore the public.
No, we won't bore the public. You'll never bore the public.
Leave them wanting more, that's the thing.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to end this part of the filming, and we're going to have a look at David in a bit, and when he goes out and does one of his OYAs. Is that all right? Is that okay?
We can do that. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'll wrap up
warm
and we'll get out there.
So we'll be with you in a minute. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, Danielle Silver Medium. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.